Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 5:34 and the Black Crows with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102.
It's going to be cloudy eventually today, and then maybe a chance of a thunderstorm or two, a high of 81. Tomorrow, rainy with a high of 73. It's 69 giggity in downtown Springfield.
It's Friday, which means Open Line Friday. We will establish the rules later on in the show, of course, so that you are fully aware of what to expect and what we expect out of you.
The biggest rule is 30 seconds. If you can't say anything, reasonable or entertaining or
then we're just going to move on.
Complete thought in 30 seconds, then you're done.
That's it. We don't have. We're on a very tight schedule with the Open Line Friday. Also, some stuff to give away. Tickets to see Almost Queen, and also the wrestling convention that's coming to the South End Community Center. Those tickets coming up later on today too.
There you go.
Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Hey, it's Steve Nagle. Join me in the Rock
Classic Rock. It's 5:52. And Motley Crue with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102.
Gonna see cloudy skies eventually today with a high of 81. Could see a thunderstorm or two this afternoon. Tomorrow, rain with a high of 73. And Sunday, that's looking good too. Rain with a high of 76. It's 69 giggity in downtown Springfield.
Hollywood Trash is brought to you by Western Mass Masons. Call them for all your foundation and chimney needs.
Somehow you still care about what's happening in Hollywood. So, from Tinseltown, 3,000 miles away, it's Steve Nagle's Hollywood Trash.
You know, with all of Billy Joel's recent health problems,
yes,
and the fact that, you know, all the health problems that he's having, and then they come out with a documentary about him, almost usually kind of signals like, he might not be around for too much longer.
Well, I mean,
usually that happens. Wednesday, the first part of the Vienna singer's new documentary, Billy Joel and So It Goes, well, that's an original name, premiered at Tribeca Festival in New York City. During the first part of the documentary, the 76-year-old revealed that he underwent 2 suicide attempts and fell into a coma after he had an affair with his former bandmate's wife.
Oof.
Yeah, that was when he was in his early 20s. He was absent from the premiere, probably because he's not well.
Yeah.
And he was in a band called Attila with his best friend John Small. At the time, he moved in with Small, Elizabeth Weather, who was Small's wife at the time, and their son. Bill and I spent a lot of time together, Elizabeth said in the documentary, adding that it was a slow build. Then Small realized something was up, and Joel came to him with the truth. I'm in love with your wife.
Hard to hit that second set of the night when you got that hanging over your head.
He said he felt very guilty about it. The two had a child, not Billy and thing, but the husband and wife had a child together. He goes, I felt like a homewrecker. You felt like one?
Homewrecker says what?
Yeah, exactly. I was just in love with a woman and I got punched in the nose, which I deserved. John was very upset. I was very upset. And that was the end of Attila. And then that's when Billy Joel started drinking and marked the beginning of his spiral of alcoholism.
And his spiral of success.
Yeah. And his sister, who was a medical assistant at the time, gave him sleeping pills to sleep. And then he wound up being in a coma for days because he had too many sleeping pills. And the sister's like, I thought I killed him. You know? And then he gets better.
Right.
And he winds up marrying that broad and he was married to her from like 1976 to 1982 before he met Christy Brinkley. Yeah.
And then he like left her for Christy Brinkley.
Right.
I mean,
she's an uptown girl.
Man can only do what he can do, you know.
Well, she was an uptown girl. This lady's a downtown lady.
Well,
you got to change areas of the city every once in a while.
I mean, these are incredible stories, but at least it didn't start a fire.
You know, it's funny because when they write People magazine does this all the time. Well, I don't know if it's a magazine. People online does this all the time. They keep referring to a song that he sang.
Yeah, Vienna, Vienna singer.
No, when they say after the suicide attempts, the We Didn't Start the Fire singer, the Piano Man, to remind you who you're reading about.
Right. In case you were not aware of Billy Joel's unfathomably large body of work.
Dakota Johnson. Don't get on her crap list. Literally. She once sent a gallon of gorilla poop to a guy who broke her friend's heart.
All right. How'd she convince the gorilla to produce all that poop?
Well, I mean, it's Dakota Johnson. If doesn't matter what being you are. If Dakota Johnson asked you to do something, you'd probably do it.
No, I would say no. That's where I draw the line.
Yeah.
I'll make you lunch, but I'm not grabbing a bucket.
She admitted it during a lie detector test for Variety. She said it was quite a while ago, and she used a website called poopsenders.com to send it anonymously. You can choose between poop from a gorilla, a cow, or an elephant, or a combination of all three, and it comes in either a quart or a gallon. The price for the revenge isn't too bad either. A gallon of gorilla poop costs $29.95. Dakota also mentioned that she knows where to buy pubic crabs to send in the mail, but she's never done that because, good Lord, I'm not a monster.
I'm actually looking at their website right now.
The pubic crab one?
No, poop senders.
In a related Dakota news, she says Madam Web's flop wasn't her fault and that decisions were made by uncreative people in Hollywood.
You know that you could send the 3-pound mega pack on sale right now for $49.95 just in time for Father's Day?
How angry are you at somebody?
I don't know.
That you need to do that.
But the normal retail price is $99.95. This is the time to order.
This is the time.
Don't delay.
Is that from inflation? She only paid $30.
It's these damn tariffs.
Yeah, that's what it is. You gotta. Well, I mean, it's coming from another country, I'm sure.
I love this website. I'm going to start sending some out.
Holly Berry has been with her boyfriend Van Hunt for at least 5 years. And his brother Mike.
I don't know. I don't know that family.
And he has proposed to her, but she hasn't given him an answer. Van says, quote, "So I put out the proposal. It's still on hold, as you can see. It's just out there floating, maybe you can encourage her." Holly says the hesitation is because she's been married 3 times and Van has been married once. Quote, "We don't feel like we have to get married to validate our love in any way." You know what? Good for her that she's finally learned her lesson. If you've gone through this 3 times, this guy hasn't gone through it. He's been through it once. You gotta be like, honey, do we really even need to do this? This isn't gonna last. Look at my other 3 relationships that I went through.
I'm not really the kind of person that hangs on.
Yeah, she said, I think it's something that we would like to do just because we want that expression, but it's not really in the cards right now. Tom Cruise set a Guinness World Record while filming Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. It was for most burning parachute jumps by an individual.
I didn't realize that was a Guinness record.
Well, you remember how thick those Guinness books were.
Oh, yeah.
So there's probably thousands of different records that you can break.
But there's lots of records they don't publish, too.
He jumped out of a helicopter 16 times while strapped to a parachute pre-soaked in fuel and lit on fire. According to Guinness, no other actor or stuntman has come close to that amount of drops. Wow, he really gets in that method acting kind of thing, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
And Kim Kardashian recently visited one of LA's hottest sushi bars where she was spotted with a mouthful of snapper.
Well, she must have had something to say.
Oh my God, the last time I had this much snapper in someone's mouth was when Ray J went down and knees dope into my Sour Snatch Kid in that sex tape you can purchase on YouPorn for $39.95.
Caitlin?
Well, I never got that down and dirty with your mother, Chris Kim, but she once strapped on her Richie Cunningham and introduced it to my Henry Stinkler. I was so enlightened by the gesture, I returned the favor by knob-noodling her twerk burglar.
What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is she was so grateful she thanked me by tongue-cleaning my meatsicle even after I went turd-shoveling her stink zipper. I call that giving her the grumpy Jim. Ah, your mother. When the squirt hits your eye like a custard cream pie, she's a whore.
A whore.
And that is your Hollywood trash on Rock 102.
Go to the...
And now, Bax's View from the Couch, brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, your grilling destination. Weber, Big Green Egg, Uni Pizza Ovens, and Traeger wood-fired grills.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, on December 2nd, quarterback Aaron Rodgers will turn 42 years old. The average age of an NFL player is 26. Aaron Rodgers turned 26 16 years ago. Now, I know what you're saying. Baxy, you're 17 years older than he is. He's still a relatively young man, to which I would say that's true for nearly every other profession in the world. But as an NFL quarterback, he's a delusional, rickety, broken-down old man who is desperately clutching on to the last strands of his tender, languishing youth. Well, just 80 days after he filed for free agency, after giving the New York Jets the 2 worst years of his storied career, he has now signed a 1-year contract with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pending a physical, Aaron Rodgers will likely become the Steelers' starting quarterback. And while a dollar amount for his declining skills has yet to be announced, many wonder, A, what took so long for this to happen, especially since he met with the Steelers more than 2 months ago, and B, why were the Steelers waiting around for this guy, a soon-to-be 42-year-old quarterback? These are both excellent questions, so let me see if I can answer them for you. Why did it take so long to happen? I don't know. Why did the Steelers wait around for the guy? I'm not sure I know that one either. You see, had I been the one calling the shots, I would have drafted a quarterback in either the 2nd, 4th, or 5th round of the draft. I might have even signed another quarterback as a free agent. You know, someone who might have been born during the Clinton administration, preferably during his 2nd term. But no, instead, the Steelers chose to wait around for a guy whose physical decline was so pronounced that even the Jets couldn't wait to get rid of him. Listen, I used to be a big fan of Aaron Rodgers during the first 17 years of his career. Today, I'm a little worn out with the guy. But today, pending a physical, he's somebody else's problems. And you Steeler fans are going to love this. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. A string trimmer with a gear drive transmission? Yeah, that's right. The DeWalt lithium-ion trimmer. Battery powered, just like the DeWalt blower, no cord, no gas. They both take the same battery. Get the trimmer and the blower for $200 at your neighborhood Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock at 6:14, and Van Halen on Rock 102.
It is. We're looking at severe thunderstorm watch today, like severe,
Like potential flooding.
Yeah, flood watch is up for all of Western Massachusetts from noon today until midnight tomorrow. Today's temperatures will be in the 60s and 70s, and then the rain starts to move in this afternoon.
And they're talking like high winds, the potential of hail the size of Cadillacs. I mean, it's that kind of thing.
Fire, brimstone,
yeah,
all of that good stuff.
Now you may say, well, how is this going to affect Free Music Friday at MGM? I don't know, and it'll be their call. But remember the last time
they moved it inside.
They moved it inside. Now maybe that's an option this week. I don't know. That's going to be up to them. As always, MGM will make the call probably sometime early this afternoon, and we will let you know.
I believe they say they make the decision by 3:00 in the afternoon. So
yes,
you'll know by 3:00. Make sure you're checking their social media pages. You can listen to us. I'm sure Pat Kelly, who's going to be there, has the option to do that.
The Aria Ballroom was a good option.
Yeah.
I mean, they made that pivot last week at the opening for the Eagles experience. That worked out pretty good.
Yeah, but I think it depends on if that's rooms available. I don't know.
That's it.
If anything else is going on in there, then whatever. They'll let you know.
They'll figure it out. Don't you worry about nothing.
Figure it out. Did you've taken a lot of road trips?
I have
in your lifetime.
Oh yeah,
and I know you used to frequent. Like an 18-hour road trip, right? That was
about the average. Yes,
I've done that before. I've done a trip to Florida with 2 kids who were 7 and 6 years old. That was fun.
That's always good.
Yeah, but you know what? I had a good time doing that because I took my time doing it.
Well, half the fun is getting there.
Well, yeah. I mean, we'd stop, and I remember. I had to go on a trip to Florida on a whim one time to take care of my mother's house because she had a stroke and nobody was there taking care of the house. So I had to go down there. And it took me like 3 days to get to Florida. But, we stopped at the Washington, in Washington, D.C., at the Lincoln Memorial. And,
oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It's briefly. It was a brief visit.
Yeah.
And we just got back in the car and took off.
I'll tell you what, if you're going to avoid all the politicians, Washington, D.C. is a great place to go.
Yeah, I want to go back there, to the museums and stuff.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
They're absolutely awesome.
I remember going when I was probably 7 or 8 years old, and walking into that the Air and Space Museum and seeing that Wright Brothers replica of hanging up on the thing.
Wicked cool, huh?
That was and the only thing else I remember from that museum at that age, you know how you only remember like bits and pieces?
Yeah.
Was the space ice cream.
That's it
was in the gift shop. It was the block of dehydrated whatever that was.
You know, I remember like 30 years ago, actually even more than that, maybe more like 40 years ago, being told the Dippin' Dots were the ice cream of the future.
And now it's the future, and now they're just called Dippin' Dots. They're not called the ice cream of the future anymore.
I mean, it's like false advertising. I get so excited. Dippin' Dots. By the time I'm 58 years old, 59, this is all we're going to be eating.
Those are not good Dippin' Dots. They were good when I was a kid, because they were unique.
That's all it is.
But now it's nothing. Matter of fact, I went to yesterday. I went to Sheldon's over in Southampton.
Yeah,
that place is pretty good. We went for ice grief Sundays for the
ice grief.
Well, there was for the death of the guinea pig. We had to ice cream always makes you feel a little bit better, I guess.
No, it definitely does.
It's not a replacement for a lost pet, but it's pretty damn close.
No, I hear you. It always makes me feel better.
But that was pretty good. But no Dippin'. Nobody sells Dippin' Dots like.
It's like
that's only at I've only seen that at like Thunderbirds games. I don't see them anywhere.
I think you can get it at the Big E, and it is every bit as disappointing there as it is at a Thunderbirds game.
But that's what I mean. It's not you can't. That's not just readily available anywhere. It's only seemingly at fairs and venues and things like that. I don't even know where I was going. Oh, I was going with the road trips. That's where I was going.
Road trips.
Yeah, road trips.
Let's refocus.
A new survey.
Survey said
asked parents what the worst age is when it comes to traveling, and the answer was 3.5 years old.
That's true.
Yeah. It's the worst age because they're old enough to get bored easily, but not old enough to enjoy the good things about traveling yet. The average parent said the max they drive with a kid in the car is 7 hours. That's the cutoff for a single day. And if you have multiple kids in the car, get ready for a noisy drive. In those 7 hours, you'll listen to 18 sibling fights, deal with 14 mini tantrums, and hear 22 "Are we there yet?" That's
years ago, I thought, why in God's name would I ever want to have a DVD entertainment system in the car? What is the purpose of that?
Oh, that thing's a lifesaver.
It's a total lifesaver. It would have been the smartest thing I ever did back when you could actually play DVDs in a car. I got to tell you, it was fantastic because that mesmerized the kids for hours.
Yeah.
Even if they wound up seeing the same movies over and over again, it was worth it because it really... it was the only thing that was going to engage them for a long road trip. And like you said, 18 hours for any kid. And a 3-year-old, you got to do something. You can't just have them staring out a window for 18 hours.
The hard part about traveling when my kids were real young was the bathroom breaks. You can't just get in a car. I can hold it.
Mm-hmm.
If I have to tinkle,
Sure.
I can wait another 50 miles probably before I'll wait till the next one, that kind of thing. But when you're a 6 or 7 year old kid, you can't hold it that long. And believe me, I think I have visited every single bathroom along the I-95 corridor.
Sure.
Doing that trip back and forth.
I once remember an emergency situation. Try to imagine this if you can. 3 young daughters in the back of a minivan, okay, on the Cross Bronx Expressway at standstill traffic.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's announced, I got to go to the bathroom. Now, we had like a potty in the car, which would seem to be the most logical thing to do. Well, not only did we have to explain I can't pull over, and even if I could, I'm not pulling over in the Bronx.
Right.
You need to use the potty. I had to, if you can imagine this, negotiate with a 3 or 4-year-old kid that they needed to unbuckle, get out of the car seat, use the potty, and they will find a way to dispose of whatever is left in the potty at the next
at a
turn.
later time.
Or just dump it out the window like everybody else does.
Ew, that's gross.
God, it's the Bronx.
Oh, yeah, nobody's going to notice.
No one would. Of course, they wouldn't notice.
But yeah, that was that's not something that I would want to relive.
No, that was a horrifying moment.
But when they get older, it's nice because you start pointing things out, and you talk about things, and
Well, the thing about New England, and I think it's because the states are small and it's a small region of the country. A lot of people in New England, if it's not 10 miles away from their house, they don't ever go.
Yeah.
It's like this real provincial part of the country. When I went away to Wisconsin as a kid, someone suggested, hey, let's go on a road trip. Where? Ohio. I'm like, well, how the hell long is that going to take?
8,
no
9
more
hours.
than 8 or 9 hours.
Right.
And I'm thinking, 8 or 9 hours? I used to complain about having to drive 25 minutes to a grocery store.
Right.
Get out of 8 and 9 hours. But then that's how I learned that the country is very big, but is accessible if you really have enough gas in the car. And you know what? For anyone who hasn't, who thinks, oh my God, I can't believe I had to drive a full hour to Boston to see a Red Sox game, it ain't so bad. Suck it up, Buttercup. It's okay. You can live. You'll survive.
So when we drive down to like North Carolina to Delaware, because you go through Delaware,
yeah,
that Route 1 or whatever it is, Route 1 or 2, or I don't know, whatever. It's Route 1, I think.
Right.
They got all these like antique shops and stuff along the way, all these like flea market type things. That's the kind of thing we're into. We like doing that. We like stopping. I take my time. I'm not one of these, I gotta rush to get somewhere.
Yeah.
Because it's like, that's not fun. That's not enjoyable. I'd rather enjoy the ride and, hey, you know what? You learn something new. You can, if you need to take a nap, you can take a nap for a couple of minutes. You don't have to like rush to get somewhere. You always give yourself an extra time.
There's a million things to see. Like my dad and his wife, what they would do is they would, every couple of, every year or so, they would drive cross country because my stepmom's got family in like Texas and Pennsylvania, and they've driven to the Grand Canyon and back. But what they used to love to do is they used to go and stop and look at waterfalls.
Yeah.
They loved waterfalls. And they would look at like waterfalls all over the country.
Well, they shouldn't go chasing the waterfalls.
No.
They should have stuck to the rivers and the lakes that they were used to.
Right.
Yeah.
But they were curious, and that's what they did.
And that's how they got swept away.
That's very true.
Life
That's
lessons.
Exactly, yeah.
All right. Well, that's it. That's the end of the conversation.
But it didn't really need to go anywhere.
Right.
That's perfectly fine. It's 6:25 on Rock 102. It's 6:27 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Liam Neeson actually has the forecast today.
Oh, good.
He's on the up and up. I told him he has to send the weather before 6 o'clock.
And he did.
Because our producer doesn't get here until 11 a.m. Right. Whoever that is.
Hey, Rock 102 presents the Classic Rock Summer now through Labor Day weekend. You listen to Rock 102 all summer long. And for details on how to grab your share of the summer stash of prizes, like the $25 gift cards are given away to the Store and Tavern every weekday through Labor Day. If you want to win, you go to rock102.com. Then you listen to Pat Kelly every weekday afternoon. The Classic Rock Summer, brought to you by the Leah Auto Group and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
Let's see. I don't know if I have a joke or not.
After the show yesterday, you were editing everything down for the podcast.
Yeah.
And you said, "Oh my God, that joke today was 5 minutes long."
Yeah. The one from the other day. Yeah. It was. That was a long joke. I didn't realize how long it was until I listened to it after I pulled it off of there.
Great payoff, though.
But you know what? If you listen to it at 2 times the speed, it gets through it a lot faster.
Almost like 2.5 minutes.
2.5 minutes. It gets through it in a lot of time. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know if I have a good joke or not.
Tell a lousy one.
A lousy one? All right, let's go. You ready?
I'm ready.
Ready to not laugh?
I'm ready to not laugh.
There you go.
It's Bax and Nagle's Joke of the Day
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown. I amuse you.
on Rock 102,
I make you laugh.
Springfield's Classic Rock.
Charlie Pride was a legendary musician.
Yes.
But I don't understand why he gets a whole month.
Artie, now, wait a minute. You said you didn't think that was going to be funny. I'm laughing inside, deep in my soul.
You got to kiss an angel good morning. That's what you got to do.
Bax and Nagle in the morning on Rock 102, Springfield's classic.
6:32 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Gary Rome Hyundai. Get the technicians get to a $5,000 sign-on bonus right now. Learn more at GaryRomeHyundai.com/family. His local radio icon, Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. The Western Massachusetts Baseball Hall of Fame Committee announced the induction of its class of 2025, and 22 News' own Rich Teddemer was honored Thursday night as he gets ready to retire. On the eve of Teddemer's retirement, so today's the day.
Today's his last day?
Must be. Was honored Thursday night as he gets ready to retire. On the eve of his retirement, the longtime anchor got to take part in the Western Massachusetts Baseball Hall of Fame, not only as MC, but an inductee into the 2025 class.
Did he introduce himself?
Yeah, maybe.
Wow.
How
Yeah.
would you?
Today is his last day.
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, good for him. Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats to Rich Teddemer.
That is awesome.
Longtime morning news anchor. Rich Teddemer began his career in sports broadcasting. His passion for baseball led to many years of covering Super Bowls, Olympics, the World Series, including the 2004 historic win. Rich was awarded the Gary Brown Excellence Award at Wyckoff Country Club in Holyoke. Remember Gary Brown?
Sure do.
I remember his little quips that he had. He had that column, and he would
Yeah.
if you have gray hairs on your balls, you remember Steigers.
We should all remember Rabbit Marinville. You know, like those are the kinds of things he would do. You're absolutely right.
Give me an axe, a beer, and a weekend, and I'll build a goddamn kingdom.
Well, he would never say damn.
A gosh darn kingdom.
That's more like it.
Yeah. So
congratulations, Rich.
Congratulations to Rich to be, and he said to be even named in the same sentence as Gary Brown is quite an honor.
He's very gracious, that Rich Teddemer.
Yes, he does.
I've said this before. I truly, totally mean this. When he was transitioned away from sports to being an anchor, I'm thinking, well, that's kind of a tough pivot. All of a sudden, that's a lot to ask for a sports guy. I mean, look at Cohen. What the hell has he done since he was a sports guy?
Nothing.
Right,
Absolutely
exactly.
except get sports scores wrong during the sportscast, which we have to hear about.
But Teddemer grew into becoming a mighty fine news anchor.
Yeah.
Mighty fine. Now where's everybody? What has happened to local TV?
You know,
he was he became the Cy Becker of local news.
But now it's like
I'm sure he's very happy to hear that.
all the grandkids over at 22 are like, "Oh, Grandpa's leaving.
Can I get his desk?"
Yeah. They're all like in their their early 20s.
I know.
It's like you're being pushed out the door.
You go on their website and you look at the Meet the Team page and on either one, Western Mass News or 22, doesn't really matter. You go on the Meet the Team page and it looks like a high school yearbook.
Yeah, with the superlatives.
Right.
Most likely to never retire until June of 2025, Rich Teddemer.
But this now means
Brian Lapis is
Brian
the
Lapis.
oldest man there.
Yeah, he is he's the dean of local news.
Wow.
Let that sink in for a
Well,
minute.
him and
Stremko. Yeah, that's it.
Are the two, the last of them, what is it, the last of the Mohegans?
Those are the last two to remember before Mohegan Sun was open. Right, exactly, right.
Well, it was built in the late 90s. That's why they remember that. Rich shared some advice to the youngins when picking up their careers. He said to pick something you like to do, something that you get excited to go to work to every day. I mean, I guess you would like that, getting up. I mean, that's an early, like he's getting up at 2 a.m.
Boy, he's he's actually getting up earlier than we do
to go to that job. And then, he lives in Westfield. So then when they moved the studio from Proven Mountain to Chicopee, that's an extra 15, 20 minutes.
I hope he said that's going to be an extra $15, $20 an hour.
I don't know. Well, congratulations to Rich Teddemer anyway, and good luck and Godspeed.
Well put, Steve. I'm
yes.
sure he appreciates it.
Well, and maybe him and I can go out and see Aquanet at the shortstop.
All right, but that wasn't him who said it.
No, I know, but it would be like he'd be working again. There was a food truck fire yesterday. Crews were called to Memorial Drive in Chicopee Thursday morning for a food truck that caught fire. The Chicopee Fire Department said the food truck engine compartment was on fire and was safely put out. There were no injuries reported. Island Spice of Chicopee stated that due to the loss of their truck, their restaurant located at 32 Center Street will be open on Thursday beginning at 3 p.m. We're devastated but incredibly grateful no one was hurt. This truck was more than just a kitchen on wheels. It was a piece of our heart and your community. They offer a unique culinary experience featuring food from the island of Sri Lanka, including signature curry bowls, various roti options, rice noodles, smoothies, and more. As devastating as that is, I'm sure that was a good-smelling fire.
It probably smelled delicious.
Ooh, is that curry?
I'm on their. They actually have a website. Look at this. They got the curry bowls, chicken, potato, shrimp, beef. That's pretty much it.
You know, this place in Holyoke that I've driven by maybe 1,000 times. Dino's Pizza in Holyoke.
Uh-huh.
It's at the corner of Route 202 and Homestead Avenue. And I've never been in there up until about a couple of months ago. And I didn't realize it wasn't just a pizza place. They also serve Indian food there.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
and
a
it's
strange
really
combo.
good Indian food, too. And it was actually pretty good Italian food, too. That's pretty diverse in your cooking when you can cook two different cultures of food.
And do it well.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's that. Maybe I'm gonna have to check that out sometime.
Sometimes you just gotta try new places.
You know, some people get freaked out about trying places they've never tried before.
That's the whole idea of it.
But sometimes that's the best stuff.
Yeah.
You sometimes it's nice to have like a little secret place that only you know about.
Right. 10 people were arrested Wednesday as part of an ongoing crackdown in an open-air drug dealing in Holyoke, according to Holyoke.
Like a farmer's market.
Yes, very much like a farmer's market with cheese curds and crack cocaine. According to Holyoke Police Chief Brian Keenan, the coordinated operation, which involved both local and state agencies, resulted in the seizure of heroin, fentanyl, cocaine, crack cocaine, and cash during a multi-location sweep. Officers conducting surveillance in Susie Park observed suspected drug activity involving Antoine Diaz and Juan Carlos Lorenz de Jesus. That's a long name.
It is.
Juan Carlos Lorenz de Jesus. According to police, Diaz left the area in a vehicle and was stopped by investigators who found 7 vials of cocaine. He was arrested and charged with possession of a Class B drug. Lorenz de Jesus was detained at the park along with Maria Gonzalez. Gonzalez was arrested for drug possession. They say they recovered 2 grams of crack cocaine, more than 2 grams of fentanyl, and cash from Lorenz de Jesus. He faces multiple charges, including distribution and possession. The operation then moved to the 100 block of Sargent Street, where the police say Stephen Devers was spotted engaging in suspicious drug activity. Suspected drug activity. I thought it said suspicious. I was like, isn't all drug activity suspicious?
Oftentimes, yes.
He attempted to run on foot and tossed heroin and fentanyl from a 4th-floor window, but was quickly apprehended. Investigators recovered approximately 100 bags of heroin, fentanyl, 27 vials of cocaine, and cash. Devers faces 5 drug-related charges. On Cabot Street, investigators detained Omar Albera Torres after observing what they described as suspected drug transactions. Police say he was found with 7 grams of cocaine and crack cocaine. He was charged with possession of intent to distribute and an outstanding arrest warrant. And they were all charged with a slew of charges, and the investigation remains ongoing. What a busy drug day.
I'll tell you. That's a very busy day.
Man, you throw it out the window? That never works.
That's why you can't keep nice things.
They know that you're throwing it out the window.
Probably someone on the ground looking out the windows.
These are things that are addressed in the Steve Nagle College of Criminal Knowledge. Don't throw your drugs out the window. Flush them down the toilet like everybody else does.
Yeah, but if you throw them out the window, there's a chance you may be able to recover them. You throw them in a toilet, they're gone forever.
You can go back in the trap and get it later on.
In the trap? What are you going to do? You're going to open up the septic tank, go swimming around in there? No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're not going to do that.
You have to, don't you want to reenact that Ray Liotta scene where he's in Goodfellas where he's trying to flush all the cocaine down the toilet?
I don't think that's a wise choice.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't think it's good for the pipes.
I've had people flush things down my toilet before, and it never worked out.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Never ends well.
No. Nope.
No,
That's a good way to never get a call back.
Let's see. A 59-year-old man in Washington state named Robert Delahant was driving for DoorDash last week when he delivered a $100 order. He didn't get a tip in the system or a cash tip on arrival, so he took matters into his own hands. He returned to the house the next morning with a loaded gun. He was also loaded.
Okay.
It sounds like Robert planned to intimidate them into giving him a tip, but the 19-year-old girl and her 55-year-old father weren't having any of it. Robert lifted his shirt to show that he had a gun, and that's when the father started wrestling him. The father got the control of the gun, shoved Robert down the driveway, and demanded that he leave. Robert, the DoorDash driver, called police as he drove away, saying that he returned after being cheated out of a tip. He also said he was shoved by the father. Yes, because you showed up with a gun to his house.
Yeah,
You're lucky that's the only thing that he did to you. He conveniently glossed over that loaded gun thing. The father and daughter said that Robert was loud and mouthy and he reeked of alcohol. The police say Robert later admitted to drinking. Robert was charged with assault, harassment, and driving under the influence. His blood alcohol was more than twice the legal limit. He also has a prior DUI conviction.
Ah, boy.
DoorDash has also fired him.
I can't believe that.
It doesn't sound like the father and daughter are in any trouble. They didn't explain why they didn't tip. This is what I was concerned about the other night at the Halsey concert, is that Trevor, at the merch table, getting all mad, finding out where I live.
Yeah, but a DoorDash driver, that is somebody that you should tip. I mean, in a way, the driver was right. Where he was wrong was you go back with a gun.
Yes, but you can be a piece of crap and not tip somebody.
Right.
That doesn't mean you deserve to be threatened with violence because you didn't tip. It would be more effective to throw it up, give a bad rating for the DoorDash thing, and then throw it up on social media going, hey, these two cheapskates don't tip at all. I think that's more effective than going over to a house with a loaded gun.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right about that, but it was a poor choice. Poor choice on all sides.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today. Going to see severe thunderstorms this afternoon and a high of 81. Tomorrow, more of the same and a high of 73. It is 69 giggity in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
1, 2.
The Springfield's Classic Rock at 6:50 in the Rolling Stones at Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Severe thunderstorm watch afternoon today, all the way up until midnight tomorrow. High of 81 today. Tomorrow, high of 73. It is 69 giggity in downtown Springfield.
My guest this week on Baxi's Musical Podcast has been Mark Waldock from the band Hallelujah Ward. Great band. They got a new record out called Everybody Swoons. Came out a week ago. Today, it's fantastic. And next week, I'm really excited to welcome back David Leaf, who we had on the show a few weeks ago to talk about his book, Smile, The Rise, Fall, and Resurrection of Brian Wilson. We had only 9 minutes to talk to him. It is not the kind of story that can be told in only 9 minutes. And David gave me a extended period of time to talk about the book and about Brian Wilson and the story of his album Smile. It is maybe one of the greatest stories in all of rock and roll history. That is coming up on Monday on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, the Rock 102 YouTube channel, rock102.com, and on the app. It's all brought to you by Metro, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram and Chicopee, and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
You want to hear something funny? Speaking of interviews, yesterday I asked you, I'm like, are you available like next week in the afternoon to do like a Zoom interview with Mick Foley, the wrestler guy, right? And you said, yeah, this day would be best, blah, blah, blah. So I said, okay, fine. So I reached back out to the booker who does it. I said, okay, 1:30 we're going to do on this day. And he goes, okay, but just know that it's probably not going to be right at 1:30. It'll probably be a little bit later than that. And I said, well, do you want me to schedule it for like 1:40? Like,
Right.
I don't care. Just tell me what time.
Sure.
No, he seems to think he's bigger than he is, and he likes to arrive late to things. Like we're not that important to him.
Well, we're not, but I mean,
Yeah,
really? Am I going to wait around for him all day?
How popular is this guy that he gets to dictate? This is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about these musical artists, any celebrity, the whole, what's his name? Tom Segura a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Start the show on time. Why? I don't understand what is this arrogance of, well, I'm not starting until, because I don't feel like it. I'm not going to start the show. The show started at 7:30, but we're not going to go on stage until 8:25.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
Well, I think when you're a celebrity, Steve, your time is very valuable. But you know what else is also very valuable?
What?
Our time, too. And,
No kidding.
If Mick Foley can't be on a Zoom call at a particular period of time, we're not going to be sitting around there all day with our thumbs up our butts waiting for Mick Foley to get into the Zoom call.
Do you think we should confront him about this? Or do you think that we should just play along and play the game and do the little stupid promotion for the convention that he's doing?
The last time that Mick Foley was on this show, and this may have been before you started here, there was a little bit of a heated exchange between us and him.
Oh.
And to the point where he offered to meet us at a public place to give us a piece of his mind. Now, again, we did not take him up on his offer, but he had a little bit of a chip on his shoulder.
Gee, this makes me really want to interview Mick Foley, the guy who doesn't want to show up on time for an interview.
This was during his wrestling career. Okay, this is back when he was still wrestling professionally.
Yeah.
Now, listen, he's still a draw.
Yeah.
He's still a draw. So, I mean, we can schedule it, but if he doesn't show up after a period of time,
he's 59 years old. I could take him.
Yeah, I'm sure you could. But
don't you feel like you want to call somebody out like that? You're already setting up the fact that you're not going to be on time for something. So you and I are going to be sitting there like idiots on this Zoom call, which he doesn't even have video for. He's calling into it.
Oh, he's not even doing video?
No, he's not even doing video. He might not be on time. He feels like he's a little bit more important than he is.
I see.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay.
All right, fine. Well, hey, if that's the way he wants to play, okay, fine. But if he's not there on time, then we hang up, or we just cut it short.
I just don't. What is the arrogance factor? Why do people not value somebody else's time? Listen, when we do the shows at the Shortstop, they start at 8:00.
Yeah.
I start them at 8:00, and I get done at 9:30. And I get angry with the comedian who decided he wanted to go a little bit longer. That's just me, because people have things to do the next day.
Right.
It's an hour and a half. That's all it should be. It shouldn't be any longer than that, and it should start on when it says it starts.
I have always, historically, throughout my life, been on time or early for things.
Oh, I haven't.
There was a block of time when I couldn't be on time for things, but that's a long story. But as soon as that passed, I was right back to my being on time or early history. I was on track. That's the way I live my life.
I don't live that way.
I do.
I have a complete disregard for everybody else around me.
And you're complaining that Mick Foley is arrogant.
Yes, because this is my time. This isn't his time. But I'm thinking we should call him out for
Well, let's see how it goes.
All right.
It's 6:57 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch, brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, your grilling destination. Weber, Big Green Egg, Uni Pizza Ovens, and Traeger wood-fired grills.
Hey, Good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Hey, remember last year when the Boston Bruins decided to unload head coach Jim Montgomery? You know, the same guy that coached them to an improbable 65-win season the year before? Oh, sure. They may have choked harder than Jimi Hendrix with a mouthful of vomit in the playoffs, but other than that, it was a hell of a year. Less than a year later, Jim Montgomery canned by the Bruins and shown to the door. Boy, that sure was a great decision, because as you know, the Bruins were able to turn things around and missed the playoffs for the first time in 18 years. These were such solid decisions made by general manager Don Sweeney and the Bruins front office that just 2 weeks ago, they handed Don Sweeney a 2-year contract extension so that he may continue to drive this once glorious hockey franchise into the ground. Yesterday, the Bruins announced that they have replaced interim head coach Joe Sacco with former Bruins forward Marco Sturm. Sounds exciting, huh? I mean, Marco played for the Bruins from 2005 to 2010 before blowing out his ACL during that final season. Since then, he's been coaching all over the place. The head coach of the national team in Germany. He was an assistant for the LA Kings, then head coach in the AHL in Ontario. And today, he has now been hired by a guy for whom he has never worked for, thrilled in a way to be back home in Boston, perhaps unaware that he has just been hired by a self-sabotaging idiot. Listen, I got no problem with the hire of Marco Sturm. I'm sure he'll be a fine head coach. I got more of a problem about why anyone in their right mind would want to work for Don Sweeney. It's not like you can say Sweeney knows how to put together a winning team on the ice. He is very good, however, at ruining hockey teams. I mean, this is the guy that traded Brad Marchand to the Florida Panthers, for crying out loud. If that doesn't show you the sort of aimless, reckless, thick-headed stupidity of your new employer, then I don't know what the hell would. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. You want to do something nice for Dad? Tell him to pick a room, any room, and you'll paint it. Together. Quality time, right? Paint's on sale at Rocky's. Benjamin Moore Interior Paint, the really good stuff, 20% off right now at your neighborhood Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch. Springfield's Classic Rock at 7-Eleven and Rush with Bax and Nagle at Rock 102.
It's going to be some severe thunderstorms this afternoon with a high of 81. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 73 and some rain showers as well. It's 71 right now in downtown Springfield.
And now, live from the Richard Grieco Studios in East Long Meadow, Massachusetts, it's Open Live Friday!
Okay, let's review, shall we? 293-1021, that's the number for Open Line Friday. We're brought to you by Linton Septic. Call during open lines, give us crap. Linton Septic will be sure to pump it when it is needed. Now, there are rules, and we've added a rule as of last week, and I thought it was a brilliant stroke of genius.
We had to do it.
It
wasn't,
The rules are as follows. No hate speech, no foul language, try not to act like a dink, and keep it to 30 seconds.
Yeah, and if you can't, listen, even if you get into the 30 seconds, you're not saying anything, we're going to hang up on you.
That's the way it's going to have to be.
Go.
It's going to have to be that way. Let's go to the phones. They've already started. Rock 102, good morning. Who's this?
Hey, this is Free Palestine considered hate speech?
Is what?
Is what now?
Is Free Palestine considered hate speech?
If that's what you'd like to say, I think I wouldn't consider that hate speech.
Is that what you really wanted to say?
Some people consider it hate speech. I don't want to hurt anybody. I say Free Palestine.
Okay,
all right.
Hold on a second. That was the wrong thing. I wanted to hit the buzzer, and I don't have... Oh, we're all out of time.
How about that?
Anyway, where's my... Oh, there's my buzzer. There you go. All right. Rock 102, good morning. Who's this?
Yo, this is Trevor. I'm in my Lambo. I don't know what the problem is with you guys. Oh, crap. The cops are coming. Gotta go.
All right. Oh, there you go.
Very
Yeah,
good.
9 seconds. There you go.
Perfect. Rock 102, good morning. Who's this?
This is Eric the Tire Guy.
Eric the Tire Guy, you got 30 seconds. Go for it.
Yeah, no problem. One of the rules of Open Line Friday is don't be a dink, and I hope the guys listen, but I'm glad you hung up on them, Bax, because it's not funny to make jokes about the World Trade Center.
Okay, yeah, sure. Listen, I'm not.
That was a D-I-N-K. You know, I hope he hears me.
I'm sure
Thanks, guys.
I'm sure he hears you loud and clear. Appreciate
All right.
the call. All right, Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this? Hello, who's this?
Hello.
Okay, Rock 102. Come on, for crying out loud. Here we go. Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
This is Steve. I guess I'm your public service announcer.
All right, Steve, you got 28 seconds. Let's go.
All right, so we all know how bad the ticks are around the area.
Yes, they are.
I have a remedy that I've been using for years on the dogs and or on yourself. You can take 3 pieces of twine, you braid them together. You make a small loop, you tie an overhand knot, you trim off the end. In Walmart, they sell what is cedar oil. If you look on the back of any expensive flea and tick collar, the main ingredient is cedar oil. So you buy the cedar oil in Walmart in the candle department. You take the loop of twine, soak it with 4 drops of cedar oil and probably, 2-4 tablespoons of water. Make sure it absorbs into the twine, and then take it out, let it dry. Once it dries, you can slip it over your dog's collar. You can put it on your belt loop. Soccer moms use it. We've used it for years. And the thing is, it works. So that's about all I want to say about that. Try it. It's about $6 for a bottle, and it's lasted me 3 years on the same bottle. So,
all right.
Well, that's great advice, and thanks for keeping it down to
a minute and 30
seconds. Minute 55 seconds. Appreciate it.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you. That's good.
Thank
That's
you.
Good advice, though. Rock 102.
Get rid of the ticks.
Good morning. Who's this?
Okay, so Hawkman.
All right, Hawkman. What's up?
So, you guys are talking about how the tips. Hold on, guys. You guys shut up in that break age. God damn it. But you guys are talking about leaving someone the tip, or who is tip and who not the tip.
Yeah, the tips.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So my rule of thumb my thumbs don't work, but anyone that does you a service, you leave them a tip. That's what you do.
All right, you know what? To be quite honest, you're the last guy I expect to pull out his own wallet.
Well, I take my mother and sister out once in a while, and I leave a 30% tip, so.
All right.
You must be a hoot at strip clubs.
Oh, and one last thing, guys. You guys going to interview Mick Foley?
Yeah.
Wrestling's fake, and I'll tell him to his face.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. Oh, my God, look at your own time.
Might put me in a wheelchair.
Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning. This is Matt from Belchertown.
Hi, Matt. What's up?
I don't got nothing. I don't need 30 seconds. I just wanted you guys to hit me with the buzzer and hang up on me. That's
okay.
it.
All right. There you go. Thank
That's
you.
all you had to ask.
Appreciate it.
Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, it's Gary.
Gary, you got 30 seconds.
You guys are my only outlet to prevent me from road rage, so I would like to do a little educational PSA.
Okay.
If I may. You exit highways at highway speeds. Don't slow down on the highway. Slow down on the ramp. That's just how it is.
Yeah, that's good advice.
People to practice. Yeah. It's the same thing with getting on the highway. Learn how to merge, people.
All right.
All right. There you go.
We're all out
30
of time,
seconds.
and
There
thank
you
you
go.
very much. Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Hi, this is Chris, the truck driver.
Chris, the truck driver, you got 30 seconds. Go.
Hey, just wanted to give a shout out to all my truck driver friends, and plumbers suck, truck drivers rule.
There you go.
All right.
Now we're talking. All right, you have a good
I'm
weekend.
surprised the truck driver has friends.
Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, good morning, boys. It's Vince the plumber.
No, plumbers suck. Truck drivers rule.
I loved it last week, dude, with the electricians. We got,
All right, well, you got 20 seconds. Gabe, go.
Oh, yeah, no, real quick. Shout-outs to Plimpton and Hills, Dan over at Eddie's. But my main call was, where the hell is
we're
the
all
lawn guy?
out of time.
Okay, bye.
See? That makes it better.
Yeah,
when
it
you
really
have the
does.
timer.
Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Hunter from Granby.
Hunter from Granby. You got 30 seconds. Let's go.
I only need the first 5.
All right.
Okay. What are we going to do next?
Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Yay! What's up, guy? Hey, listen, I just want to ask you. I missed 2 weeks. I didn't call in for 2 weeks. Do I get 90 seconds?
No.
No. Okay, well, okay then.
You got
What is it
15
with the
seconds
7
left.
o'clock?
Go.
Okay, what is it with this 7 o'clock open line? You're not finding any.
You only got 10
quality,
seconds left.
3,
Okay, well, okay.
2, 1.
Sorry.
That's too bad. Rock 102. Good morning. Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, man, Carl.
What's up, Carl?
Not too much. That's into work.
What can we do for you?
I just want to say I appreciate your show in the morning. It makes my day a little bit better, guys.
Well, thank you
All right,
very
well,
much. I
thanks for
appreciate
calling,
it.
Carl.
I seen Limpton Septic yesterday, too. I threw him a wave.
Well, that's nice.
Oh, there you go.
I'm sure they appreciate it.
Have a good day, guys.
All right, you too. Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, Bax. Hey, Steve. This is Billy Bob from Bay State. How are you today, guys?
Good, Billy Bob.
What's up?
Hey, I just want to give a shout-out to you guys, and I want to give a shout-out to all those cooks and chefs out there that are doing a fantastic job this month. Keep up the good work, guys, and have a great day now, okay, guys?
All right, Billy. You too. Have a good day. All right, Rock 102. Oh, come on now. Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, Jerry, GG Inks. How are you?
Hey,
Hey,
Gigi.
what's up?
What's up?
Hey, fellas, I wonder if maybe we got a second we could tell everybody about Pets Rock tomorrow at the Drunken Rabbit. Benefit for the Thomas J. O'Connor. Rain or shine, 12 to 4.
All right. That's Pets Rock again. What'd you say? To Drunken Rabbit, 12 to 4?
Yeah, we've got Ray of Elvis, King Country, playing live music. Come on down.
That sounds like fun.
All right. Now, you're not wearing a shirt, are you?
Always.
What color is it?
Thanks, Gigi. Have a good weekend. All right. Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Come on down.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, what's up, fellas? I'm just taking my daughter to school. She wanted to say hi. Say
All right.
hi.
Hi. Where you going to school?
HSO.
All right.
Where?
Charter school. Hampton Charter School.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Very cool. Well, have a great weekend. Have a good day at school.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
welcome.
All right. There you go. Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Nick,
Mick, what's up?
30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There you go. All right. There you
Thank
go.
you very much. Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Hi, this is Rick. I want all your listeners to know that you can repel a werewolf if you carry a cough drop in your shoe.
I wish I understood anything you were saying right now. It's nothing but gibberish. Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Harry Balsacki. Hey, I got a mint condition Rock 102 bumper sticker, and it goes back to when Boston Billiards was around.
Oh
wow!
Put it up for auction.
Oh,
it's got it's got a gorilla playing a guitar on it, so it's not too woke. I mean, it's kind of you know what I mean.
No, I get it. I get it. I'm pretty sure if you went to Boston Billiards right now, they would redeem that for a free round of pool.
Oh, no kidding. All right, I'll head over there. Thanks
I believe it's a Hampton Inn now, or Marriott, or something like that.
I think it's a restaurant. I think it's a seafood restaurant.
No, they
Good
knocked
luck.
it down. It's a hotel, and then there's another restaurant that was next to it.
Isn't that where the crazy seafood is?
Yeah, that wasn't Boston Billiards building.
Oh, why am I thinking? You might
They
be
knocked
right.
the Boston Billiards building down and put,
Wow.
I think, a courtyard or something like that.
I'll
out
be
there.
damned. All right, well, thank you very much for the call. Rock 102, good morning, who's this?
Hey, I'm calling just to tell you that Dunkin' Donuts is giving away free donuts today. Make sure everybody knows.
Well, there you go.
All right, well, thank you
All
very
right.
much for letting us know. Okay, Rock 102, good morning, who's this?
Hey, good morning. This is Silvio.
What's up, Silvio?
Hey, I just want to ask you a question. How many electricians does it take to screw in a light bulb?
I don't know. How many electricians does it take to screw in a light bulb?
None. They're too busy with their fancy boy lattes that they make their apprentices do the job. Fancy boy.
Oh, thank you
that
very
was
much.
perfect. 30
Very
seconds.
good.
Right
All
on the
right.
dot.
Well, there we go.
Well, hey, that was successful.
That was a lightning round of open line Friday.
Yeah. Love how you let them count down. That's what.
Yes. Thanks to Linton Septic. It's 7:25 in Rock 102. Well, that snuck up on me. It's 7:29 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be. Let's see. Liam Neeson has got the full forecast here.
Yeah, I mean, it's all well and good. Hey, the 2025 Southwick AMA Pro Motocross Nationals coming to the WIC 338 on Saturday the 28th. It is a big, big event. One lucky listener will be chosen at random to score a 4-pack of tickets, plus get a $200 gift certificate to the Tribeca Gastro Bar and Grill in Westfield. You want to think what a great prize. That's it. Enter into rock102.com by the end of the day. On June 15th, it's your chance to go to the 2025 Southwick AMA Pro Motocross Nationals from Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
Anyway, yeah, we got news, and it's coming up next.
Okay.
All right.
Here's your West.
7:33 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news. It's brought to you by Big Y, your family market. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. Congratulations to Rich Teddemer. Today's his last day over at 22 News.
Good for him.
He got the Gary Brown Award last night.
Well, that's for his what is it, like the Western Mass Baseball Hall of Fame thingy?
Something like that.
Yeah,
the Western. I didn't even know they had a Baseball Hall of Fame.
I was not aware of it either. 37 years at 22 News.
That's impressive.
It is very impressive.
Especially the early morning hours that guy's been doing for at least 20 of those those years. 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, man, imagine waking up a full hour earlier.
And not even to it's not like you're laughing. You're going in there and delivering news.
But he's got to look good. He's got to get well dressed. I mean, you and I could just like roll out of here. You roll out of bed, and then we're here. We don't have to get dressed for anything. But you know how broadcasting is, Steve. It sucks the living bejesus out of you. It's a soul-sucking proposition.
I wonder, though, what, if he wears... Is he wearing, like, jorts underneath the desk?
Barry used to wear, like, flip-flops.
Yeah.
And shorts.
Yeah.
He never wore full pants.
Because you're only being shown from the torso up, for the most part. You know, there's that occasional we do a long shot of the 3 anchors or whoever's on the morning show, but how often does that happen that you don't even have to do that? You can just tell the camera guy, listen, only show me from the waist up today.
Yes, and they used to have like a set shot where they pull the camera back and you could see Rich's legs.
Yeah,
like underneath the desk. They don't do that anymore. Now they just show the torso. You're absolutely right. By the way, I'm only 2,291 days away from Rich. Started laying that out there.
I don't know about that. I think you'll probably be here a lot longer.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Please. Do you really want me here longer?
It's not about what I want. It's about...
well, I may come to that.
I don't think...
I don't know if you're going to try to stage some sort of coup d'etat over this place, try to take over. I don't know what you're capable of.
I have always felt that this could end tomorrow for both of us.
Well, let's hope not.
Well, but I mean, that's a reality.
Oh, sure.
How many other people have we seen in this business where it just zip folds up? People. There was a guy, especially the haters out there.
Oh, yeah.
That would want us off the air. There was a guy yesterday who wrote under one of the videos that I wrote or that I did. yesterday. Hate Steve.
Who hates you?
Some guy named whatever his name was.
Well, I don't like that guy.
And again, with the no profile picture. If you're gonna say something like that, to at least show your face.
Yeah, man up.
Yeah,
put a profile picture up.
That's what I call an old curmudgeon. People with no profile pictures are like old curmudgeons. I'm just here for my grandkids' updates and to write nasty things to the local radio person.
Yeah, some guy's got like 5 friends.
I don't really care if you don't like me. It doesn't make a difference. As a matter of fact, you're actually helping with the engagement of the video by commenting on it. Whether it's negative or positive,
doesn't really
it's
matter.
Still engagement.
Well, listen, we're not everybody's cup of tea. And because who is?
It was the video about the reply all email.
Oh, yeah.
This needs to stop. I am not a fan of a group text message, and I am certainly not a fan of the reply all feature to an email for people I don't even want to talk to anyway. Why do you think I sneak out the side door every day? So I don't have to run into all these people here.
Sure.
Now I have to hear from them later in the day.
I'm going to get a little bit of background. In your video, you explained this, I think, quite well. There was a email that went out from a manager, and she let everybody know that we had a thing that if you wanted it, you could have it.
Right.
Happens every now and then, some like an unclaimed prize, and everybody clamors all over each other to get it because there's a bunch of vultures in this building.
But it didn't say let everybody know if you want in on this because it's like a little contest.
Right.
We run these little what do they call them?
Team building contests.
Team building,
teamwork.
I don't know, whatever. They're little prizes, I guess. And it doesn't say email everybody that you want in on this. It says email me.
Right.
Being the person that wrote the email. But yet, Scott Cohen, I think it was, who else was it?
Lufkin.
Lufkin. I'm in.
Count me in.
I'll be there for that. And then a couple hours later, the prize was rescinded for some reason. I don't know why. It doesn't matter why.
We don't even need a reason. But the point of the matter is, have you noticed, though, that when it happens, when that all-staff email goes out, it's the same people that do it every single time?
What is it in the brains of those folks that say, everybody wants to hear from me?
I don't know. All I know is that on our internal email service, you have the choice of reply
or reply
all or forward. And
Now,
some people just hit reply without any second thought.
If you wanted to express your disdain for the fact that that prize was now taken away, you should take that up with the person who wrote the email directly, not with the entire staff. Why does that need to happen?
I don't know, Steve.
What is in it? What is in it? What benefit is it for anybody else other than my notifications going off, listening to all these rubes talk about how upset they are that they're not going to be able to win this contest, and then other people chiming in saying they weren't even entering the contest, and then another person going, "Oh, that stinks, boo," and then giving their stats on the prize and why.
So you hit reply all to participate, and reply all when you're disappointed. That's now you've got double the reply alls. It's too much. We're operating as a business here.
I replied all.
To tell everybody to stop replying all.
Right. Because this is ridiculous.
I, like most emails that are sent around this place, did not reply at all, which is the easiest way of doing it.
It's like the group text. Nobody wants, the group text is there for a specific reason, to let everybody know about information. The group text is not there to have side conversations with people.
Right. My only problem with the group text isn't the fact that it's a group conversation. My problem with the group text is there's often somebody in the group text who is not one of my contacts. So all of a sudden, I'm responding to questions from a number I don't recognize.
Yeah.
And I don't know who this person is. And there's no way for me to know. And I'm not going to be rude enough to say, who is this? That drives me crazy.
Who is this?
Right.
Yeah. Because I've gotten those before, too.
I don't like that.
People who don't even, I didn't even know worked here.
Some of them haven't. Some of them just haven't been taken off the list.
And that's not, yeah, right. They still have access to their email for some reason. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah,
it's too much.
The whole thing is too much.
Listen, all we need is an email that says when cake day is, and then we're done.
Yeah, and you know what? That was a thing that same manager sent out the other day.
Right.
Actually, it was like 2 weeks ago to 3 people whose birthday is being celebrated this month.
Okay.
What kind of cake would you like? No response.
Really?
None. And no response to the point where she then had to basically track them down this week to get an answer.
No response. Who's not responding to cake day?
And then, because the deadline was May 28th to respond of which cake you wanted. And the 3 of them could decide which cake they wanted to, fighting it out among themselves. The deadline was May 28th. Well, then Monday comes and the said manager said, well, nobody responded, so I'm going to have to send this out again. So then she sends it out again. 2 out of the 3 respond.
Yeah.
With carrot cake again.
It was a good carrot cake, though.
I know, but we're trying to offer a little bit of variety here. But
okay,
whatever.
fine.
Fine.
All right.
Carrot cake it is, right? The 3rd person doesn't respond. And then the 3rd person finally responds and says, well, I can't be there that day. So then now we have to reschedule the cake day.
Come on.
Yeah. So now it was supposed to be next Friday. Now it's going to be on Thursday.
Are you serious?
And that guy hasn't even worked here for a full year yet. Do you think that he has a right to say, first of all, you didn't even respond to the initial email. If you had said that right away, this might be a different conversation. But now you're talking about getting closer to the deadline.
Listen, the only
cake
reason
has to be ordered. I have to call over to the bakery and pay for a cake.
You've got so much heads up on this that if you've got plans on cake day, short of a medical issue, change your plans.
Yeah.
It's cake day. We're doing something nice for you.
Where do these people get off?
You got a big set to say, oh, I can't make it on the cake day. Will you celebrate me? Come on dude.
I don't think they appreciate what goes into making cake day.
You know why?
Why?
Because he wasn't here when we didn't have things like cake day.
Oh, so now he's taking it for granted.
He doesn't know what it feels like to be working in a place that's nothing but sadness and disappointment that there's no cake day. Now that we have cake day, now he's taking it for granted.
You're right. He started working here after the first cake day, which was only in December.
Yes.
And he started working here in January.
That's right.
And he even got to come to the company Christmas party, which I don't think he should have been allowed to do that. You haven't earned your keep around here. And now you're rescinding,
The problem you have is he's been an effective team member. And there are going to be some people who say, well, he's doing his job. Maybe we should move things just for him.
And now, I'm not going to say who it is, what his name is.
Right.
But you know what? Maybe Aquapump shouldn't have went and helped him with his daughter's 16th birthday party in his well pump in his basement. That would have been something else.
Now you've exposed him for the fraud he is.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to call my friends over at Aquapump and say, I think somebody forgot to double bill somebody for a job.
Yeah, you could take that cake to the well, to the pump, and into the house.
Yeah, and out of the house. Get out, you heathen. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be, thunderstorms this afternoon, threat of severe ones and a high of 81. Tomorrow, rain with a high of 73. It's 72 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 7:53, and Blue Oyster Cult with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be cloudy and then some chances, some severe thunderstorms this afternoon. as a severe thunderstorm watch is going to be in effect from noon today until midnight tomorrow. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 73 and some rain showers. 72 right now in downtown Springfield.
So a couple of things. First of all, this Sunday night at 9 o'clock, it's Baxy's musical fun bag. I got music from Devo, Gang of Four, Television, XTC, The Specials, Patti Smith, and more. It's all brought to you by the folks at Raspberries Records in Ludlow and East Longmeadow. If you're looking for vinyl, the place to go is at Raspberries. Both locations. Sunday night, 9 o'clock. It's Rock 102's loudest hour every Sunday night at Rock 102.
By the way, I got a response from that guy that I was complaining about.
Yeah.
And he, for the record, I responded originally and responded to the follow-up, and there was no date in the original email. So there.
See, now he's sounding like a Rock 102 employee who's been here for a number of years.
You know what, pal? Take it up with Ben from Aquapump.
Yeah.
I'm reading this story here on Mass Live. Prior to a mass cash drawing yesterday, a door on the machine that was left open was allowed numerous balls to fall out of the drawing machine.
Really?
Yeah, the game, which has drawings twice per day, had to be postponed. It was for the 9 p.m. drawing. Mass Cash has 2 drawings per day?
Yeah, I think they do.
I thought it was just the numbers game that has 2
Boy,
drawings per
I'd
day.
have to go and look at the rules.
The door that was left open was on the Mass Cash drawing machine's mixing chamber. The balls fell out prior to the first number being drawn, which made the entire drawing invalid, lottery officials said. The lottery is committed to ensuring the integrity of our game, said lottery director William Bracken. Drawings are conducted twice a day, 365 days a year, and while we strive for perfection, we're all human and mistakes can happen. We apologize for our players and for the inconvenience and appreciated their patience as we worked diligently to resolve the situation. Instead, the drawing happened at 11:59 p.m. on Thursday. The winning numbers for the Mass Cash drawing were 6, 15, 22, 28, and 30.
Not a winner this week.
No, not a winner at all.
Well.
Yeah, I always wondered what happens if, obviously they have to, because it's a regulated thing, that you have to follow there's probably a certain protocol that they have in place.
Oh, yeah.
To do that. But I wonder who's weighing the balls down.
No, I don't know.
What movie was that where they did? Oh, it was a... Who was in that movie?
I don't know the movie you're talking about.
It's a movie about a guy who worked at a TV station, and then they fixed the lottery somehow because that's where they taped the drawings, was at this TV station. And I don't. Yeah, that was a long time ago, and I don't remember. I just remember the premise of the movie. I don't remember actually watching the movie.
It's really hard to cheat in the presentation of balls.
Well, when your balls are hanging out.
Right. No, many years when I worked at a TV station in Providence, and that was one of the things that we did. The Rhode Island State Lottery would do the whole thing with the balls, and it was my job to move the ball.
You were the ball handler.
I didn't handle the balls, but I handled the machine that handled the balls.
So you just sniffed the balls.
No, I just positioned. I just put them in the right position.
But you got close enough to be able to smell the balls.
Yeah, theoretically,
so
I suppose
you were the
that's
ball
true.
sniffer.
I was not. No, I was like, there were 2 of us.
Yeah.
One held the camera, and I pushed the big thing into the camera shot.
You got a little devil's triangle thing going on with the balls. You and another guy handling all those balls.
Well, the lady who was reading the balls, that was...
she was the ball reader?
That was the best part of the night, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What was her name?
Oh, my God. You're talking almost 40 years ago. I can't remember what her name was.
There was a really good-looking one in New York State, Yolanda Vega.
Yeah.
She was,
I don't remember her name, but she was quite fetching.
Really?
Yes.
She was the Rhode Island ball handler?
She knew a thing or two about grabbing the right balls. And disappointing everybody.
Did she have like a Rhode Island accent? Now the numbers are 5. Five.
Number 4, number 5, number 9, and number 4. Be sure to check out next week for next week's numbers.
Did she have the accent?
I think she did have the accent,
a little bit, probably. You got to be a little bit professional.
Hi, I'm so-and-so from the Rhode Island State Lottery.
The Rhode Island.
Here's your numbers for the lottery.
Yeah, I'm going to go get me a nice big fat Dell's lemonade when I'm done. And a soggy dog, because I like them snapping in my mouth.
What are you guys doing for the weekend? I'm going to a concert.
Concert. Up at the Tweeter Center.
The Tweeter.
Yeah,
Going to the Tweeter Center with my best friend, Amber. It's just about 7:59. Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 8:13. And Billy Idol with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be sunny to start, then clouds moving in with the chances of severe thunderstorms this afternoon and a high of 81. Tomorrow, rain with a high of 73. It is 72 right now in downtown Springfield.
And now, live from the Richard Grieco Studios in East Long Meadow, Massachusetts, it's Open Live Friday!
8 o'clock edition of Rock 293-1021. That's the number for Open Line Friday. Let's examine the rules. By the way, we are brought to you by Linton Septic. Again, thank you very much for their participation. You call, give us crap, and they pump it. That's what they do. All right, the rules are, as follows. No foul language, no hate speech, try not to act like a dink, and get it out in 30 seconds.
Yeah, definitely the 30 seconds part is
it's a game changer.
It is the game changer. Real quick, I just wanted to point out that story about the mass lottery was wrong. It was... The mass cash is only drawn once a day.
Not twice a day.
Why is Mass Live getting that wrong?
I don't.
For all the lottery ads that they throw out there.
I don't know.
How do they not know by now?
All right, let's hit the phone, Steve, and see if people have answers to that question. Rock 102, good morning. Who's this?
Good morning. It's Rick from Westfield.
Rick, you got 30 seconds. Rick, you got 30 seconds.
I just want to give a shout out tomorrow to the Wood City Brew Fest downtown Westfield to help the Amelia Park Children's Museum. 30 different breweries, 105 different brews, rain or shine. We've got tents, bands, food trucks, vendors. Come out and join us.
When's this happening?
Downtown Westfield tomorrow.
Tomorrow. All
awesome.
right. Well,
Sounds
there you
like
go.
fun.
Thanks for calling.
Okay. Rock 102, good morning. Who's this?
This is Stephanie calling to give a shout out.
All right, Stephanie, who are you shouting out to?
I'm shouting out Justin Danik.
All right.
All right.
And what's so special about Justin?
Well, he's the best baby father a woman could ever ask for, and the best. He's the myth, the man, the legend. And Father's Day is coming up, so we'd like to win these tickets to take our son to this event.
Oh, well, that's nice.
What event?
I don't know. I don't know. He just told me to call.
Okay.
Well, we're not doing a contest right now.
No, we're not. But good on him. Thank you very much, Stephanie. We appreciate the call. Rock 102. Good morning. Who's it? Oh, come on. Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, this is Brett from Huntington.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, I want to ask Steve Nagle what he thinks about Bad Cop Bobby.
Oh, Bad Cop Bobby?
Yeah, it's a thing going around in Huntington right now.
You know what? I really don't want to get into that aspect of it. But however, he is the police chief is retiring coming up very soon, and we appreciate all of his years of lack of service throughout this town of Huntington.
Oh, we're all out of time. That's too bad. Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Morning, mine's Rob the Maintenance Man.
Hey, Rob, what's up?
Hey, what's going on? I have a question. This might just be me. Why is it that it seems like every time you need to be somewhere urgently, every dink on the road wants to get in front of you, or there are so many obstacles that you feel that you're falling behind?
Because they're trying to call into Open Line Friday here on the show.
I'm sure that's not it. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's just the way the universe works, that when you want it the most, you get it the least.
Yeah, I've been trying to get to this spot for the last 20 minutes, and it seems that I've got every grandmother's school bus and dink on the road in front of me.
Man, he sounds like Billy D. Williams.
He really does. He really does.
Yeah.
All right, well, good luck. I hope you get out of traffic.
He's the cool side of the
All right, y'all have a good one now.
All right. The pipes on that dude.
I know,
Unbelievable.
right?
Isn't it? Unbelievable. All right, Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, what's up? Am I allowed to call in on both segments?
Well, you're already here.
And you're already 15 seconds in, so go ahead.
All right, 14, 13. No, I just want to see a great show this week. You guys had a couple of great funny bits, and have a great weekend, and listen to you on Monday.
All right. Thanks.
We were out in 30 seconds. Fantastic. I can't believe that.
Practicing brevity.
That's the best call he's ever had. Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, good morning. This is Ed from Huntington. How are y'all doing today?
Good, Ed. What's up?
All right, good. Hey, I just want to say, Steve, I do love that Kenny Rogers roasting sign there. I love it. I'm actually waiting for you to actually start serving chicken.
No, I'm not serving any chicken.
Either is Kenny Rogers.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
No, but I appreciate the compliment. Thank you.
All right, my man. Have a good one, you guys.
You too, bud.
All right. Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, this is Josh calling from Manchester.
What's up, Josh?
I just wanted to say I want to thank you guys for ruining my morning. As a Steelers fan, I hated hearing that Aaron Rodgers has been signed, so thank you very much for that.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Yeah, anything we can do to provide her.
I'm glad he's now your problem.
Hey, you know what? We've had a load of problems, so what's one more?
Hey,
There you
it
go.
could be worse. It could be Aaron Hernandez.
Hey, he brings up a good point.
Yeah.
Well, time for another 500 season. Let's go.
All right. There you go.
Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
This is Drew.
Hey, Drew, what's up?
Last name Peanuts. I got two questions for you, Steve.
Yes.
The first one is, who is the celebrity woman that you find to be the hottest, most attractive woman there is?
Hottest, most attractive woman there is?
A living or dead? Does it matter?
Doesn't matter.
All right.
Phyllis Diller.
Oh, she was a
she was a saucy
smoke
one.
show.
Yeah,
wasn't
she was.
Sure
Yeah.
And
Okay.
What's the other question?
Second question. Bear with me. It's going to take a second. Phyllis Diller, you guys are dating. Everything's great. Your girls love her. Things are going along great. She's very amorous. She wants to have relations every day, and the relations are fantastic, and you both always get the job done.
Yeah.
But every time she finishes, she's got this tick. It's almost like Tourette's. But right as she finishes, she starts singing Tom Petty songs. The question is, do you still marry her?
I don't know. I guess I could just turn the volume down like I do here every
there you
morning.
go.
Yeah.
Don't come around here no more.
Yeah, no, well, you won't be coming at all.
I know.
Hey, don't do me like that. I don't know. What is it?
It's a good question, but thank you very much. All right. Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning. This is Greg. I want to give a shout out to Top One Pros and Pocket Drywall Paint. Thank you. Guys. Have a great day.
All right.
Okay. Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, good morning, boys. It's Vince the plumber.
Hey, again. All right.
Hey, I just want to throw those shout-outs to Plimpton and Hills and Dan over at Eddie's. And, that other caller with the shout-out to her baby daddy, that was amazing.
Well, hold on. Vince, you just gave two shout-outs to the same package store on the same day. What kind of handout are you looking for?
Yeah, you getting a free T-shirt out of this thing or what?
I got a sweater. Oh, I got a sweater already from him. So next I want a hat and maybe a couple of free bottles.
Oh, I see. So you're running a scam here and using us as the conduit to make it happen.
Hey, man, free advertisement, you know?
Yeah, I guess so. All right. Oh, out of time. That's too bad.
Eddie and the Boozers.
Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Oh, this is Rick the Realtor. How you guys doing?
Rick the Realtor. What's
up,
going
Rick?
on? You got 30 seconds.
Well, I'm sick of all the plumbers calling in, but I figured I'd change it up. So, but anyways, I like the little factoids about you guys. Steve being able to play Silent Lucidity on the guitar, and Bax being on Mind Crime. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I know. Huh? This is unbelievable.
Yeah, you guys. Well, I'm a little bit of a closet metalhead. Just want to let you know, you guys inspired me to go to the. I'm going to go see Queensryche at the Big E.
All right.
All right.
There you go. See?
Very cool.
Gene Cassidy will be happy we're selling tickets to something.
All right. Thanks
All right,
for the
thanks,
call.
call.
All right. Rock 102. Good morning. Who's this?
Yeah, this is Bill from south of the border down here in Connecticut.
What's up?
Hey, I was just going to prove to you pretty quick how the lottery's fixed.
Okay.
Any casino you go into in the world, if you bet $1 and you win $1, it's a push. Only the government lottery considers that a win. That's not a win, but they use it for their odds.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, well, thank you.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, let's take one more here, and that'll be pretty much it. Rock 102, good morning, is this?
Hi, this is Mary from Southwick.
Hi, Mary from Southwick. You got 30 seconds.
Just wanted to let you guys know that Springfield, West Springfield AAA, we are doing a food drive for the Gray House all this month. So if you bring in any sort of canned goods or non-perishables, we will be collecting.
Oh, that's very cool.
That's very
Gray
cool.
House is a good organization. We appreciate you doing that.
No problem at all. Thank you so much.
All right.
welcome.
Very
All
good.
right.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
see, ended on a good, happy note.
There you go.
That was not a dink.
No. Thanks again to the folks at Linton Septic for making this whole magic happen.
I'm sure they're very happy about the money they've spent on this segment time and time again.
Sure, this week they're probably saying, finally, this thing is starting to turn around, that 30-second rule.
Well, you know what? At least we got some good PSAs in there.
Sure did. It's 8:24 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's 8:27 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Liam Neeson has the forecast, and he will give it to you.
I just want everybody to know the Steve Nagle Summer Kickoff Party is right around the corner. Saturday, June 21st at Vanish Valley in Ludlow. Celebrate the start of summer and help raise money for Rick's Place. As you know, Rick's Place provides free support for grieving children, teens, and their families after the loss of a loved one. It's a great organization. We've been talking to them and about them for years now. Live music from Jack and his guitar, loads of activities for the kids, including Boomer from the Thunderbirds, tie-dyeing, crafts, painting, face painting. There's a magician. There's also some great prizes up for grabs, food and beverages from the Vanish Valley. Also, the Mad Eats food truck will be there. Malicious ice cream will be there as well. You can get your tickets at rock102.com, just $10.21, plus a small ticketing fee, every penny of which goes to Rick's Place directly. It's Steve Nagle's Summer Kickoff Party, June 21st, noon to 3 at Vanish Valley in Ludlow, brought to you by Dave Miner Exterior Home Improvements, Aquapump, Ara Credit Union, and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
So I don't. I'm again back to this lottery story. Mass cash is not drawn twice per day, even though it says prior to a mass cash drawing Thursday, a door on the machine was left open, allowing numerous balls to fall out.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
The game, which has drawings twice per day, had to be postponed. And then they have a quote from the guy: drawings are conducted twice a day, 365 days a year. I think he's talking about the numbers game. The numbers game is drawn twice a day.
I think you're right about that.
So why are they misquoting it or getting it wrong?
I don't know. I don't know. Rich Tedmer would never screw the story up.
Oh, actually, he might.
Only if someone wrote it down.
Right.
But Rich is smart enough to know, hey, wait a minute, that doesn't sound right to me. And he'd make some phone calls, and boom, he'd have that thing done correctly.
How do they put out this information with such confidence and don't even double check what they're writing?
I think it's a youth issue. The same reason why they'll tell you what they saw as opposed to what happened in a news story.
I had
the major difference between what you see and what actually happened.
I had this journalism professor at Westfield State. He has now since passed away. This Henry Weffing, his name was. And he was like so adamant about making sure you get things correct. And if you did get it wrong, the importance of a correction in that, if you screwed up and said something wrong, you need to correct yourself on that. I never see any corrections anymore.
No, they just let it hang out there. Yeah. And the thing is, there are people out there, and this is true, and a lot of TV people will acknowledge this. There are people out there that will send them corrected information all the time. Emails, faxes, letters, dictaphone, all those things, and they will tell you, no, that's wrong. It's once a day, not twice a day, and They don't do anything with that information.
And yet this story has been up for at least, well, no, it's only, I guess 7:28 a.m., so it's only been up for an hour.
Yeah.
Maybe they haven't realized their mistake yet.
During a regular newscast, they got like 26 minutes of news to give you. Yeah. If they went back and gave you all the correction, they'd probably only be able to squeeze in 5 minutes of news. So you got to pick and choose what you want to take responsibility for.
I'm looking at Heather Morrison is the writer for this story. She leads the breaking news team. She's worked for Mass Live as a reporter and social media producer. She was formerly a freelancer in Los Angeles working for Religion News Service, National Catholic Reporter, and Rewire.org.
Listen, I'm sure she's a wonderful person if you met her face to face. But there's a difference between breaking news and broken news. Breaking news, which is just the news is happening right this very second.
Yeah.
Broken is you didn't tell it correctly to the people that need it the most.
And it's not even like they're citing a source where they got it from to say that it wasn't their fault.
Yeah.
It's if that was a press release, then I can see if the press release was wrong and all you did was copy and paste, but you could just say according to a press release, but there's no information of where they got the story from.
I would almost be satisfied if a reporter said, according to my boss.
Yeah, according to my boss.
They do it twice a day.
Yeah.
So if you got a problem, you talk to my boss.
Anyway, maybe some fake news coming your way right after the break.
It's 8:36 of Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Gary Rome Hyundai. Technicians get up to a $5,000 sign-on bonus right now. Learn more at GaryRomeHyundai.com/family. His local radio icon, Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. One person is in custody after an hours-long standoff overnight in Springfield. Police spokesperson Ryan Walsh said, my best friend's sister's boyfriend's girlfriend heard from this guy who's dating this girl that this guy was locked inside of his house for a long time. I guess it's pretty serious. They responded to an apartment on the 100 block of Byers Street for a reported domestic disturbance, which involved an attempted arson around 11:10 p.m. on Wednesday. When they arrived, they found the suspect, identified as 62-year-old Victor Velasquez of Springfield, had left the scene. However, he would later return with a knife, and officers also returned to the scene as he allegedly barricaded himself inside the apartment. Investigators applied for and were granted an arrest warrant, and the city's emergency services unit and crisis intervention team were called to assist the officers at the scene. Authorities were able to enter the apartment around 5:55 a.m. yesterday morning and found Velasquez unresponsive. Narcan was administered, and he was taken to Bay State Medical Center for treatment for an unknown drug overdose. Velasquez has been charged with 2 counts of assault with a dangerous weapon, witness intimidation, and armed breaking and entering at night for a felony and leaving a person in fear. Shoplifting down in South Windsor led to an arrest. A call about a shoplifting in South Windsor led to a drug bust. They said they arrested 46-year-old Lewis Charleston of Hartford and 43-year-old Devin Perry of East Hartford. The incident happened at the Target in South Windsor on Wednesday. Police said they were called to the store for a report of a larceny in progress. Officers located and identified Charleston and Perry, who initially both failed to identify themselves, interfering with the investigation, said Sergeant Mark Cleverdon. Oh, you're Cleverdon, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You should be a detective someday.
You got clever written all over you.
It was determined they stole a combined $500 worth of merchandise. Police said they later determined that Perry was also in possession of suspected crack cocaine and a crack pipe. Once properly identified, police said Charleston was found to have an active failure to appear arrest warrant. Both suspects were hit with a list of charges, including drug and larceny offenses. Perry was released on a $1,000 non-surety bond and transferred to Hartford police custody, where he had an active arrest warrant. Perry was scheduled to appear in Manchester court on June 18th. Charleston was held on a $5,000 surety bond and set to face a judge in Manchester yesterday morning, but we have no update about that.
A lot going on with these last 2 stories, huh?
Yeah, Target, they're pretty good about picking out the shoplifters.
Yeah, but like we said before, they track what you're taking out.
Yeah,
as soon as you hit that amount, then they'll be all over you.
They use facial recognition at Target, which is why last Saturday I went to the mall with my kids.
Yeah.
We purchased something at another store, and then as we were walking back through the Target to get to the parking lot,
Yeah.
the thing goes off because the other store forgot to take one of the tag things off.
Oh, boy.
So I immediately stopped, and I'm like, listen, if this thing goes off, and nobody pays attention to that. There must have been like 5 employees there, and nobody even looked over. Like, hey, maybe we should look at that. It's because,
It's funny how, you're absolutely right. It's funny how, that thing will go off, and you'll have someone from a store say, all right, you can go.
Yeah, I like that one, too.
Wouldn't you want to check to see what's in the bag? To see if they're walking out of there with a pair of pants or something?
I like when you walk out of there and they go, yeah, you're all set. And I'm like, man, I wish I had taken 4 other more items with me then.
I would have stolen a hell of a lot more.
Things we could have gotten away with. So I had to go back, but I didn't even walk through the Target because I'm like, I don't want to be accused, because I know Target is they're real sticklers for that kind of thing.
They sure are.
So I had to go back to the other store, which was on the other side of the mall, and then have the tag removed.
That's a pain.
You know what I heard about why some of the escalators don't work sometimes in the Holyoke Mall?
Why?
Because they're trying to divert business into the JCPenney to use their escalator.
Is that true?
It's a good theory.
I can't believe that's true.
Well, I mean, it seemingly seems like the escalator is consistently broken, the one way. You can only go down.
But is JCPenney the kind of store where Mr. Penny is sitting in his office and all we need to do is get people into the store? If we can just do that, keep those escalators running.
I don't know how effective
we will save this place.
I don't even know if it's true. That was what I heard, and it doesn't seem like it would be a very effective thing.
Yeah.
Maybe you're boosting sales.
I'm trying to remember the joke that Mitch Hedberg used to say. He was at a shopping mall. The escalator had a sign that said, out of service. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Yeah.
And he said, sorry that we just left you with stairs.
Well, the funny thing is, the one time when I was in the Holyoke Mall near that escalator by JCPenney, the down was the only one working. And this guy was climbing up.
Climbing up the down escalator.
And he was and it was like a slow pace, but he was hustling and he was bustling, and I'm like, yeah, and I'm like standing there clapping. I'm like, you can do it. I'm like cheering the guy on. And then he finally gets up to the top. He's like, that's worth at least $20. Like I was going to pay him. And I'm like, no. My encouragement that you actually did it.
Yeah.
That's the prize.
That's it, man. You don't owe him anything else.
That's right. A boat moored in a cove in Old Saybrook is causing all sorts of headaches. All of the moorings at North Cove are spoken for. The wait list is long and takes years to get off of.
No, I'm sorry. This says moops.
Have you ever gotten off a list of moors?
Have you ever been at a campfire and made s'mores?
Joel Dix.
Sorry?
Joel Dix.
What?
Who owned a sailboat that was left on the Connecticut River in East Hartford, says that he wasn't breaking any rules then. He holds the same sentiment now, as his other boat is causing problems near the shoreline. He didn't pay for the mooring, and the boat was towed around a month ago. We would really like an amicable resolution to this, said Bob Murphy, the Old Saybrook Harbor Management Commission chairman. The person who did, Len Van Vliet,
okay,
is hoping to get his vessel on the water Monday at the mooring he paid for. Well, it's something to think about. If you aren't going into the water for a while, you think you'll resolve it. You'll think it'll resolve itself. But now on Monday, I'm going in, and I'd like to be able to get my mooring, which I paid for. Dick said his boat was caught up in a storm and will be stripped and sold for scrap. My boats are not an issue, and there are more important matters at hand. The Old Saybrook Harbor Master has permission to move the boat and holds no liability, he said in a statement. He said that he will have the boat moved by the end of the weekend. We would welcome that. That would be a terrific end, added Murphy. The commission has given Dix until Tuesday to remove the vessel.
I'm not removing my vessel. There have been dicks at this marina for years.
After that, they say the fines of up to $100 will be issued.
Ooh, a guy with a boat can't come up with $100.
Yeah. If the boat is still there on Monday, then Van Vliet will have to find a different mooring. potentially causing a domino reaction. Man, first world problems in the boating world.
Man, I tell you what.
I got to find a new place to moor my $80,000 sailboat.
Man, these are tough times if you own a boat in Connecticut.
You know, it does. It is a little pretentious when you're talking about boats like this. Like, these aren't just like, a pontoon boat, party boat.
I believe it's pronounced Wang Dang Sweet Pontoon.
Is that what it is?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah,
according to Ted Nugent.
But here's a couple of douches fighting over a mooring. Well, this is my mooring. I'm the Dix.
You, sir, are not welcome at Bushwood.
Dix was in the mooring before Valette was. Have you ever had Dix in your mooring?
No, I have.
Are you sure?
I have not dropped my anchor for Dix.
No, you never dropped you never saw a Dix drop an anchor?
No.
In the mooring?
I have not.
And this harbor master, what's this S&M thing going on?
I
here?
have no idea.
Yeah, you moor it right there. You moor. More. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be sunny to start.
More. How do you like it? How do you like it?
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be sunny to start, then cloudy, and then some severe thunderstorm possibilities throughout today and tomorrow. High of 81 today, high of 72 tomorrow. It's 76 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
How satisfied were you with your home heating system this past winter?
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock, 8:53 in Motley Crue with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Sunny to start, then clouds moving in with some severe thunderstorm warnings this afternoon. And a high of 83. Tomorrow, rain with a high of 72. It is 76 right now in downtown Springfield.
I mentioned before that my guest this week on Baxy's Musical Podcast has been Mark Waldock from the band Hallelujah Ward. You got a brand new record out called Everybody Swoons. It's really, really good and really interesting guy, a legend in Milwaukee, musical legend back for like the last 25, 30 years. Anyway, next week, I'm really excited about welcoming back David Leaf. He was on the show just a few weeks ago to talk about his brand new book, Smile, The Rise, Fall, and Resurrection of Brian Wilson. It's an amazing book that tells one of the greatest stories in music history. He's going to join me for Monday's episode, where we really get into a lot more detail of the story. Absolutely amazing. You'll hear it on Monday on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, the Rock 102 YouTube channel, rock102.com, and on the app. It's all brought to you by Metro, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram at Chicopee, and Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
It is going to be a busy-ass weekend in the city of Springfield.
You got a lot going on. Just you.
Well, I'm going to Tractor Supply tomorrow morning.
I know. What a big day.
Bark Hampstead.
I mean, how did you land that one?
It's only like 45 minutes away from my house. It's not that far.
There's something about the idea of
Bark Hampstead. Distance to come here to work every day.
I know. It just, for me, it sounds like a little bit of a distance, but there's a lot of people down there that listen to this show.
There's a lot of people that live in that Winstead area and all that stuff. We have fans out there.
Oh,
so
sure.
Stop by the Tractor Supply tomorrow. They actually got a big brand new one down there. Big brand new
nice.
Tractor Supply.
Very
cool.
Big
garden center. So I'll be looking forward to that. But if you're going to downtown Springfield, visitors should buckle up for a busy weekend downtown with tens of thousands of people expected to converge for multiple major events. The Pride Parade, Block Party, and U-Ball is expected to attract some 10,000 people on Saturday. And then the Ironman competition will bring in more than 1,300 competitors, plus family and friends who will watch on Sunday. And that's just a start. The Massachusetts Veterans of Foreign Wars is holding its 105th convention. Restaurant Week is kicking off. MGM is offering a free concert. The Springfield School District is hosting its third Family Expo for its 23,700 students and their families, and there are multiple graduations and one prom scheduled, said Springfield Police Lieutenant Brian Elliott, who's part of a team of police who have been preparing for months for one of the city's busiest weekends of the year.
That's a lot going on.
It is a lot going on.
And the funny part about
it,
it's a great thing. As a lot of people say, there's nothing going on in Springfield. Nothing ever happens here. Oh, you really? Open your eyes.
Tons of stuff going on. Elliott said, yes, there will be traffic, especially with the road closures from the Pride events and Ironman, but the city is prepared and there will be police in cruisers and on bikes at the events and others stationed in key areas to keep vehicles moving. It's a good problem to have. These are beginning to gel in things are beginning to gel in Springfield. Is that how you said that? Jell?
I thought it was Gell and a umlaut.
No, it's Jell.
Huh.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Wow.
I got to tell you, last weekend.
Yeah.
So my daughter graduates from HCC. I'm at the Mass Mutual Center. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So they've opened up Court Square.
Yeah.
Okay. So all the construction that was going on, like around it, it's for the most part fairly open now.
Right.
But as I'm walking to get into the Mass Mutual Center for the event, so there's the brand new parking garage.
You didn't park there, did you?
I parked at MGM.
Yeah.
But that was just like, at this point it was like muscle memory. I'll just park in the casino. It won't be so bad. But as I'm walking through there, I saw the park that they're building on Bruce Landon Way.
Yeah.
It's freaking beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
It's going to be something else down there.
They have plans of turning Bruce Landon Way into somewhat like a Lansdowne Street type of feel to it. And I think if you go down there and you take a look around, he's like, oh yeah, no, I can totally see what they could do down here. There's a lot of possibilities.
You know why it's being built so fast?
Why?
Because Dom is rolling up his sleeves every day, putting on a hard hat and kicking those construction guys in the ass.
Probably is.
Get to work.
Listen here, you dingbats. I want to see this thing up and operational.
Oh, that big boulder? You need a machine for that?
I'll crush it with my thighs.
Look at you, wimps. Watch this. I can dribble it on my hand.
like I'm Curly Neal from the Globetrotters.
That's right. Yeah. So there are, but like I said, they said there's plenty of parking in downtown.
Yep.
Between MGM, the parking garage, the Harrison Avenue lot. All those places are now open for business.
Telling you what, that whole block now is starting to look really sharp.
Yeah,
real cool.
But you know what? Plan accordingly. If you have to, the people who wait till the very last minute to get somewhere, that seemingly causes traffic unnecessarily.
Some people are not very good at planning ahead, especially on a busy weekend in Springfield, where they just assume, oh, how busy could it possibly be on a Saturday afternoon?
Yeah.
Pretty damn busy.
That's right.
Depending on what's going on. It's 8:59 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Rock 102.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock. It's 9:13, and Tom, the great Tom Petty on Rock 102.
Oh, boy. More Tom Petty.
That's right, Steve.
It's going to be sunny to start, but then this afternoon, clouds moving in and the threat of severe thunderstorms from noon today until midnight tomorrow. Yeah, so there's going to be some rain showers here and there. But you know what? Don't let it stop you from going out and having fun this weekend.
No, and again, as we've said earlier, MGM will make the call on Free Music Friday. Just keep listening to Rock 102 for all the latest deets.
Are you ready for some fun facts, Bax?
Yes!
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it hits you in the nads. The backs of life.
The backs of life.
The backs of life. We're not all.
All right. Okay, that belch was supposed to be a little bit more booming, but it didn't do. A matter of fact, I got an air pocket stuck in my throat now.
Let him out.
Number one. The oldest track on Spotify's 100 most streamed songs list is Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody from 1975. It's ranked 35th with 2.8 billion streams. The second oldest is Don't Stop Me Now from 1979 at number 92.
I'll be damned.
Bohemian Rhapsody has been played more than my zipper on wedding night. And Don't Stop Me Now, that's what she screamed right before I sneezed and ruined everything. Number two. The first big studio movie to feature the F word was MASH in 1970. During a football game, a character says, "All right, bud, your effing head is coming right off." That line's got the same energy as a guy who can't undo a bra strap and decides to just through it like a horny raccoon.
It's bad for your teeth, though.
Number three. Vern Troyer, best known as Mini-Me in Austin Powers, was raised Amish.
Really?
He went from building sheds to slapping silicone cheeks in a shagadelic pleasure pod. That's a leap from butter churn to motorboat. Number four. On season 1 of Sesame Street, Oscar the Grouch was orange. He turned green after going to a muddy swamp, according to the show. That's what happens when you raw dog a bayou baddie with a rubber glove. Come back with more color than a gas station STD pamphlet. Number five. Nebraska is the only triple landlocked state, meaning it doesn't touch an ocean. The states bordering it don't, and neither do the ones bordering them. Triple landlocked means it's so dry, even their fantasies use lube. You try talk dirty in Nebraska, and someone hands you a mason jar of cornstarch. Maybe next week will be better. And that's all right.
Okay.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it hits you in the nads. The Bax of life.
The Bax
of life. We're not always
It's Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
The Rock 102.